The Marvel Rivals closed beta began on July the 23rd. This isn't actually my first time playing, as I was lucky enough to gain access to the closed alpha test that ran in May earlier this year. There are a few things that seem like they could be improved during the alpha test, so I was looking forward to seeing how the developers responded to people's feedback through the surveys that they posted, and what they might have changed. Loading up the game, nothing struck me as being vastly different at first. The format is pretty self-explanatory. The play tab shows your team and allows you to load into either quick play, competitive, or the practice range. The practice range is actually really comprehensive and worth giving a go if you're planning on trying out any new heroes. I actually kind of find it crazy how many options they've given us in there, but I won't go into too much detail on that. One of the things I actually loved during the alpha was how good the interface looked, with little details like the heroes popping out whenever you hover over them in the hero tab, wearing whichever skin you have currently equipped. The first thing I noticed that had changed was a new tab in the audio section. This is called the audio mixer. Playing the game for the first time back in May, the audio clutter felt really chaotic and difficult to understand. It also made it next to impossible to chat in Discord while relaxing in some quick play without turning the other person up to 2000%. I haven't messed around with this properly yet, but the different options seem pretty good, and it's certainly more personalisation than I expected. Loading into a match, there's two new heroes. Venom, a new Vanguard hero with extreme mobility and survivability, and Adam Warlock, a new strategist. Coming from a plat at best Overwatch player, Venom strikes me as a bit OP. Nerf him please. But after I've had some fun playing him first, anyway. He can swing into action with one ability, crash down on enemies from above to cause damage and knock them into the air with another, and then trigger extra shields that scale depending on the damage he's taken. By the time said shield has been peppered down by the rather startled enemy team, you've already swung out into safety again with nothing they can really do about it. So yeah, he's a little bit too good. Adam Warlock is also surprisingly annoying with his ability to resurrect upon death and gift that same ability to certain other heroes that trigger the team-up effect. His left click damages a little bit like Luna's, but doesn't heal like hers does. Instead, he heals within a distance around himself with shift, or he can chain healing between allies or himself with E. His right click can be held down to charge up and can actually do some pretty decent damage. I found it useful mostly against low mobility heroes or Vanguard. His ultimate resurrects allies around him in a certain area, but seems pretty situational on its actual usefulness. I'm not sure it feels all that strong at the moment, but we'll have to see on that one. They didn't change anything that I could see about the buildings being so easily destroyable and coming back a little too rapidly in my opinion. They did, however, fix a certain step that didn't allow you to jump onto it, which is something everyone I played with complained about, so there is that. Despite Venom feeling so strong as well, and Doctor Strange's damage feeling nicely buffed, people still seemed reluctant to play Vanguard. There are plenty of strategists and duelists, but I found myself filling Vanguard more often than I'd have really liked to. Roll queue, I think, would make a huge improvement overall on the game. Just in general, it would be really nice to see that happen. Overall, the game was still pretty damn fun. More casual than competitive, but it was certainly nice having EU servers and not 160 ping. The games did feel a bit unbalanced. Team-wise, I'm not sure if they have any kind of matchmaking. Probably not, and it often felt like it was crush versus crushing situation, which will hopefully improve in the future. We had some close games which felt really good, but those games were pretty rare these past 2 days. Just to summarise, honestly, it's a really damn good game. I enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to anybody if they're able to get a code, to give it a go, jump in, check out Twitch drops, and yeah, have some fun.